Hello FCHS, as you guys know, the school year is closing upon us. Therefore, Zack, Agard, and AJ Rice's duties as student section leaders are coming to an end. It's been an amazing year with you guys, so many goals you have accomplished. But before you guys announce who you're passing your leadership roles down to, I'd like to just reflect on this year. What's been your favorite moment of the whole year?
That's a hard one. Probably for me, like my most favorite moment would have been either the Greenwood basketball game or the Whiteland basketball game.
I can't relate, I wasn't there.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. But the reason being is just because that whole week was so hyped up, you know, with the Greenwood week and then the Whiteland week. I think more specifically the Greenwood week because Zach decided to do something real stupid and he couldn't be there. But just all the stuff that went on with Twitter, and then when we went to Greenwood, it was an away game, and I think that we were even bigger than they were, and it was a home game, so that was embarrassing for them in the first place. So it just made us look really good as a student section. And then just the atmosphere of that game, you know, Jake Rocky hitting that game-winning layup. I wish it would have been a game-winning three. That would have been a lot cooler, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So, anyways. Yeah, that atmosphere, and then when we won on that buzzer beater, just chanting "This is our house" and stuff, and it just felt good to get back at them after a loss in the football season, and just a lot of stuff that was said on Twitter. So that was probably the most hype moment, and just the biggest moment for me, and just the most fun.
So I'm gonna take this question into two different ways, with either being a memorable moment or a favorite moment. Most memorable, I've got to go with being thrown out of a Mooresville game. I've never been thrown out of a basketball game. You were there with me. That was something. So that's something I definitely will never forget. But I think my favorite overall moment, I can't leave out, you know, using the Hooters outfit behind the curtain of distraction. That was something new. That was something funny, and the parents loved it. So that was pretty sweet. But I mean, come on, let's be real. Winning the banner, right? I mean, that's something that's never happened here. That was huge for us, and we're very accomplished. Not only us, but us as a community and a school. We're very proud to achieve that goal this year.
What characteristics ultimately played a part in choosing next year's Blue Crew leader, and what advice would you give them?
I think as far as the characteristics go, we wanted somebody that is not going to be too cool, you know, who's going to lose their cool card, somebody who's not afraid to just go out and be loud, and go out and have a good time with their friends, because at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't really matter what people are thinking about you as long as you're having a good time and you're helping other people have a good time, you're making other people smile, you're getting people involved, and just if everybody's having a good time and you can cause everybody to have a good time just without worrying about anything stupid, I think that's as far as characteristics, those are what stick out the most to me. What was the other part of the question?
What advice would you give them?
The advice that I would give them is kind of going along with the cool card, just lose it, you know, have a good time. You're only in high school once, you only have one senior year. And I know one of the things for me this year is when all the seasons were done and Zach and I were kind of done with big games and leading big chants and stuff like that, was, you know, looking back in retrospect now, I didn't take that moment like I should have in the moment, if that makes sense. But just don't wish it away or anything, because those are some fun times, and just enjoy it while it lasts, for sure.
Characteristics that we kind of talked about when we were choosing the new leader and discussing about it. Definitely participation, of course, you know, being at games and being engaged in, you know, our chants and stuff. We want you to participate. We want you to have fun, not be those kids that sit on the side. So that was something we strongly looked at. It's real obvious, leadership. It's part of the, you know, being a student section leader, you need to have leadership. So we think this person who we chose is a strong leader. We want someone who's well liked, so he gets along with all parts of the, you know, their class, the community. You know, someone who can get along with, you know, the choir department and the sports department. So I like that reference there. And someone with most school spirit. You know, we want someone who's hype. We want someone who, you know, gets the teams going, gets people going, having a great time. So that was big. And advice, be unique. You know, be different, be yourself. Don't let other people change your thought process, and don't let other people talk down on you and take that to heart. Like, I mean, that's just something I learned a lot. People disagree with you. You can't make everybody happy. So go with your gut feeling.
If there's one last message you'd like to address the community with, what would it be?
That's a tough one too. I would say, just personally, not necessarily talking about the Blue Crew or just one moment in general or like one experience in general, but just like as my time here in Franklin has gone by the last 4 years in high school, everybody's just been super awesome as a community, and I really don't have anything I mean, more to say than that, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I mean, we have an awesome school, have some awesome facilities, have some awesome coaches, and it's just cool to be a part of it.
I would say it's been a ride, that's for sure. You know, the 4 years of high school really does fly by, and now that senior year has come to a close, I'd like to say it's been an honor to represent the Blue Crew this year and be a positive leader not only throughout FCHS, but Franklin community as a whole. This experience has been unreal for both of us. The amount of support and participation we've gotten from the students this year is off the charts. We've achieved numerous goals this year, like increasing the number of participants at games, you know, generating new, fun, and engaging chants, and of course, winning the banner. We couldn't have achieved these goals this year without the participation of you guys, the students. So I'd like to give a special thanks to a couple of, you know, teachers and administration people who helped us this year, like Mr. Regas, Ms. Woolridge, Mr. Hankins, Mr. Hessman, and Mr. McClure, and most importantly, you guys, the students, for all the help you guys have helped with us providing and proving that we are the best student section in the state. Now, this message to you guys is mostly a goodbye, but it's also a hello to a new and established Blue Crew. We've developed a foundation. Now it's up for you guys to build off of it. And with that being said, I'd like to announce this year's next Blue Crew leader, Russell Chain.
I thought we were going somebody else.
Who'd you think?
I was going to go with Spencer Downtown. Oh, no, my watch says
Oh, okay. Now, with being elected as a student section leader, there of course is the Blue Crew honor code that you have to abide by. So I'm going to ask you to place your left hand on the megaphone and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Russell Chain,
I, Russell Chain,
We'll burn these cargoes after this.
will not burn these cargoes.
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Blue Crew of Franklin Community High School
that I will support and defend the Blue Crew of Franklin Community High School
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
especially Whiteland.
especially Whiteland.
I will bear true faith in the blue and white
I will bear true faith in the blue and white
and be willing to place my life on the line for my community.
and so help me God.
I feel